rain at the moment. There is a threat of some rain, but probably will not affect play. Yesterday, of course, these two clubs got rained out. The first pitch of Game 1 here today is sponsored by Rawlings, the official baseball of Major League Baseball. And for that first pitch, here is my partner, the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney.
Okay, thank you, Ricky. Here we go. Baseball in Cincinnati, and strike one thrown by Paddock to J.J. Weatherholt. 71 degrees in Cincinnati. It's also 71 back home in St. Louis. 1:11 Eastern time for the first pitch. Weatherholt fouls a breaking ball off over toward the on-deck circle of the Cincinnati Reds. Their dugout is on the first base side at Great American Ballpark. The Cardinals are wearing the navy blue caps and helmets as they're playing a team that features the color red in the uniform scheme. The pitch by Paddock, taken low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Weatherholt as we're just getting started here in Cincinnati, Ohio, along the Ohio River. We have some cloud cover, but it is dry. The windup, Paddock's pitch. Weatherholt fouls that one off. That goes to the left. J.J. Weatherholt coming in batting .239. 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a strikeout facing Paddock in the game on April 21st at Miami. The pitch on the way. Weatherholt takes a cutter or slider down and in for a ball.
Nathan Church had a 2-run home run in that game against Paddock, but it was Weatherholt hitting a double and then Burleson driving him in, and that got the Cardinals on the board first on that particular day.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup, the kick, the pitch. Ground ball up the middle of the infield. De La Cruz from the center field grass on the first base side of second throws out Weatherholt. De La Cruz was playing about as far up the middle as he could. They have to have 2 fielders on each side of second base and on the dirt. They did away with those over-exaggerated shifts a couple of years ago. The Weatherholt is out, shortstop to first. That's the way our game begins, and here's Ivan Herrera. Herrera is doing the catching in Game 1. Over the last 7 games, he has 7 hits, 2 home runs, and 5 RBIs. He swings and smacks it up the middle. A line shot past the diving second baseman Spencer Steer, who too was playing up the middle about as far as he could without a violation.
But he still couldn't get there because the ball was just whizzing by him. That was over 100 miles an hour for sure. Probably 110 off the bat of Herrera, and really no chance to really get a step and a dive. He had to just dive for it and couldn't get it.
He loves hitting against the Reds, batting over .310 now, playing in his 13th game against them. Couple of doubles, a homer, 6 RBIs, tack on that single. Now Alec Burleson. Burleson shows bunt and fouls it off. He had the third baseman Suarez playing way off the line, almost like a shortstop at double play depth.
110.2, in fact, off the bat of Herrera.
That was a missile back up the middle, and a 1-out single for Herrera, who has 1 stolen base this year. Tyler Stevenson's doing the catching. Here's a check swing, and on the appeal, no swing. Brennan Miller is the third base umpire. He was questioned on the appeal. 1 on and 1 out. On the infield, Nathaniel Lowe, the former Texas Ranger. He's playing at first base. Steer at second. Burleson swings and hits a drive to center field, but that's in the park. Dane Myers makes the catch, and Burleson, who's playing in his 33rd game, is batting only .151 against Cincinnati pitching.
I think the reason that Palante is starting this game and Leahy's starting the second game is something that Ollie told us before the game. He really wanted Herrera to catch Game 1 because it's more important for him to be fresh to catch, and then DH in Game 2, more important for him. So to have him catch this morning or this afternoon means that he catches Palante. That's why he's starting this game.
Now Paddock with the pitch, a slow curveball swung on and missed by Jordan Walker, who went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts against Paddock. Make a life-saving difference by registering today as an organ donor. That one decision can save up to 8 lives. Learn more and register at as an organ donor at fansforlife.org. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Walker wouldn't buy that one. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Herrera over at first base as we're underway in Game 1 of our day-night doubleheader. The second game will feature Kyle Leahy against Chase Petty. Seems like Petty is the designated starter when they need an extra starter against the Cardinals. The pitch is swung on, and that's popped up. Behind home plate, Stevenson will turn around, give it a look, and that's a souvenir. well out of play. The count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jordan comes in batting .295. He has 54 hits, 34 runs scored, 10 doubles, 13 home runs, and 35 RBIs, establishing a very good season. Laying up the middle at second base, Spencer Steer. Very deep shortstop for De La Cruz, and a batter's timeout taken at the last second as usual by Jordan Walker. Learned from Ernie Harwell years ago. Of course, Mike Claiborne has Flag Day as his first checkpoint, but Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, those are the checkpoints that Ernie used to gauge the progress of his Tiger teams. There's a slider outside for a ball, 2-2 on Jordan Walker with a man on first and 2 outs. But I'd say the Cardinals have a pretty good team to this point of May 23rd, 2026, a 28-21 record. And they play hard the whole game. Paddock from the stretch, a long look to first, and the pitch. Walker takes low. So a 3-2 count. Herrera will run on the 3-2 pitch, with Walker hoping to get Nolan Gorman to the plate. Jordan is 8 for his last 28. He has a couple of home runs, 5 RBIs during that stretch. And on 3-2, there goes the runner. The pitch is strike 3 called on the outside corner. Walker thought it was outside and doesn't challenge. Goes the bat down, leaves Herrera on, and the Reds are coming up in the bottom of the first. No score, bottom of the first. Blade takes outside 2-0. Blade has hit safely his last 3 with a hit in each game. Over his last 7, 9 for 29, 6 runs scored, 2 homers, and he has driven in 8. Widespread stance in the left-handed batter's box. The pitch to Blade, taken low, 3 balls, no strikes. 19 walks to 40 strikeouts in 49 innings for Andre Pallante. Now, he was the loser on Sunday against the Royals, but he got into the 7th inning, the first Cardinals starter to get into the 7th, going 6 2/3. The pitch, fastball down the middle. Didn't walk a batter last Sunday. No walks, 7 strikeouts. And here's Blade, the Marlins' 2019 first-round pick, the number 4 pick overall in that draft out of Vanderbilt. The 3-1. There's a drive down the right field line, foul.
Best year was with the Athletics. He had a 20 home run season with them. Actually played there 3 different years, and he had 20 home runs, 60 RBIs in 2024. And he was one of those can't-miss dudes. When he came out of the draft, it was like this guy was going to be a superstar, and he's a good player.
He had 43 doubles that year, too.
Yeah.
The 3-2 pitch for Blade leading off the first. That's chopped to the second baseman. Nice chest-high bounce. Weatherholt fields it and throws out Blade. It took a while, but Palante retired his first man.
Well, Palante is a ground ball machine when he's right, and he pitches so well against Cincinnati, and we've seen a lot of those 4-3s over the years with left-handed batters. They have 4 lefties in the lineup here today. Now, a couple of lefties they didn't play. They could have played Friedel, could have played Benson, but I think they've gotten the memo on Palante in terms of left-handed batters.
And Benson has hit the Cardinals well.
Yes.
Here's Ellie De La Cruz. He chops one foul, rolling over to the on-deck circle where Sal Stewart is waiting. De La Cruz, he was the DH on Wednesday. They had the day off on Thursday, and both teams had the day off yesterday because of all the rain that finally let up this morning. 1 strike on the tall left-handed batting shortstop. De La Cruz takes up and away. Palante trying to throw his curveball and just didn't curve.
99 pitches his last time out against the Royals. My favorite part of that outing, he lost that game. My favorite part, no walks.
Palante kicks and deals. There's a shot up the middle, right to the shortstop, and Wynn throws out his counterpart. Wynn was playing well up the middle, well positioned. 2 ground ball outs for Palante, so what's new? And that brings in Sal Stewart. Stewart has hit safely in 4 straight, 9 for 15. 5 runs scored, a double, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. And he has been on with 2 walks without striking out. And 5 games ago, he struck out once. Palante's pitch to the right-handed batter. Baby in there for a strike.
On Wednesday, Connor Griffin of the Pirates was not the only player in the Central Division to have a 4-hit game. Stewart had one also.
Stewart rocks the bat back and forth. A balanced infield behind Palante. Slider outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sal Stewart. Turned pro out of high school in Miami, Florida. 22 years old. 12 home runs, 34 RBIs. He's batting .265, 50 hits. The pitch by Palante tied him up. Fastball in on his hands, and he missed that by plenty. 1-2.
That's a swing you start, and you don't know how to stop it, so you just finish it, but it's not pretty.
The Reds are wearing their red jerseys, home white pants. They have the red caps and helmets. Cardinals in the road gray uniforms with the navy blue caps. Palante with the pitch. A swing and a miss. Back to foul tip into the catcher's mitt. Herrera hangs on for strike 3. 1-2-3 go the Reds. We go to the second. 0-0 in Cincinnati. and outside. Gorman followed by Mason Wynn, and then Brian Torres with his first major league at bat. The pitch to Gorman. Changeup swung on and missed.
Feels like this could be a very good ballpark for Nolan Gorman. The Reds pitchers have made a lot of mistakes this year. They're giving up home runs. Their bullpen ERA is high. This could be a good series for Nolan if his ability to lay off pitches is good here.
1-2 the count on the Cardinal third baseman DH. A swing and a miss. He's DHing in game one and strikes out. The second strikeout for Paddock, who had 7 of those while facing the Cardinals in Miami. That was on April 21st for the Marlins. Walked 1, struck out 7, gave up a home run. Nathan Church hit that, but Church is on the injured list. So he has a shoulder problem, and Torres has taken his spot. Here's a strike call in the outside corner to Mason Wynn. Wynn's 0 for his last 7. Gorman is 0 for his last 8 now. Nobody on, 1 out. The Cardinals have had 1 base runner. Check swing, a strike with a curveball that drops over the middle of the plate. 0-2 on Wynn, who takes a batter's timeout. Wynn has 5 hits in his last 23 at-bats, covering 7 games. 1 RBI, 2 runs scored, and he's walked 3 times, striking out 6. He takes a sweeper outside. Chris Paddock has pitched with San Diego, Minnesota, and this year Miami and Cincinnati. The abbreviated windup, the pitch. A swing and a miss. A changeup strikes out Wynn. Let's pause here for station identification on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar. Brian Torres, his first pitch in the major leagues, he looks at it for a strike on the outside corner. 28 years old, from Puerto Rico, has played in the Milwaukee and San Francisco organizations, and he looks at a ball low, 1-1. Then he had to go into independent ball. The Cardinals signed him. He won a batting title at Double-A, a .454 on base percentage for Memphis this year. The left-handed batter checks his swing, takes a ball high.
Ollie talking about his perseverance, the ability to stick to a game that kind of wasn't rewarding him with a big league opportunity for all those years, and here he is, really rooting for him to have a good day today.
The pitch, curveball, that breaks over at the knees, 2-2. Sundays at the ballpark are for kids. Every Sunday home game, bring the family to enjoy games, ice cream, kid-friendly live music, great giveaways, and more. For details, visit cardinals.com/kids Sunday. The 2-2. Low, a full count, and a good take there for Brian Torres.
Torres runs pretty well. He's not a power guy per se. He'll get some, but he's more of a gap-to-gap hitter. He has an open stance at the plate from the left side.
2 strikeouts in the inning. The pitch, Torres checks his swing, takes inside, and he takes a walk in his first major league plate appearance, so he's on. On the appeal, no swing. The Cardinals have a 2-out base runner for Cesar Prieto. Prieto is 1 for 18 in the major leagues with 6 strikeouts. That 1 hit came against the Cincinnati Reds last year. He finished up 0 for 1, and this year 0 for 11. From the stretch, the pitch. There's a ground ball right to Ellie De La Cruz, playing near second, and he throws out Prieto. The Cardinals had a 2-out base runner, left him onto the bottom of the second in Cincinnati, 0-0. Andre Palante pitching for the Cardinals in the opener. His first pitch to Nathaniel Lowe, a knuckle curve down and in. Lowe has hit safely in 3 straight, 5 out of 13. Over his last 7, he has 6 hits and 23 at-bats. He's walked twice with 4 RBIs. Lowe is 3 for 9 with a home run facing Palante. He takes a fastball for a strike.
And speaking of home runs, there have been more home runs hit in this ballpark per game than any park in baseball, and the Reds are certainly capable of that, but their pitchers give them up too, so that may be the story here over the next day and a half.
Lowe swings and he hits one deep to right field, and he has just hit one out of here. A line drive that got out of here quick as a hiccup. 1-0 Reds.
Well, that's where the story starts. With Nathaniel Lowe, he got a hanger there and did not miss it. His 7th home run of the year. And I venture a guess that will not be the last home run hit here today.
Eugenio Suarez, 0 for his last 10. Just came off the injured list, a left oblique strain. He had 2 rehab games with the AAA Louisville club at Columbus. Came off the IL yesterday and playing third base today wearing the white batting gloves. We saw enough of him last year. Here's a swing and a miss. We saw him, I think the backswing caught Ivan Herrera, or may have just nicked the ball off Herrera.
You mentioned right off the injured list, Ke'Bryan Hayes has been put on the injured list, and he has a bulging disc, which is obviously problematic for anyone.
They sent him to Arizona.
Yeah, that could be a while for him.
The 1-strike pitch here for Suarez. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Suarez started out last year with Arizona, went on to Seattle, hit 49 home runs, and drove in 118. The windup, the pitch. A little bit high.
I always thought that Suarez was a streaky guy. If he's streaking well, I mean, you can't pitch to him. And if he's not streaking well, you have many ways to get him out.
His 124th game against the Cardinals. The right-handed batter hits it hard foul, and that goes in and out of the camera well next to the Cardinal dugout on the third base side. 2-2. Suarez is 28 years old from Venezuela, hitting .231. 21 hits, 10 runs scored, 3 doubles, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. He has struck out 30 times. The 2-2 pitch from Palante. And that is grounded to deep short. Fielded by Wynn. The throw in time. Gorman hit the deck so Wynn could come up throwing. Gorman was diving in front of Wynn. I say Gorman, Prieto was diving in front of Wynn. And the play goes 6-3. And we're just finding out how smart Prieto is.
Yeah, that was a 3.5 degree of difficulty on that dive. But he had to make sure he didn't get clipped by Wynn. I actually think that was a pretty smart play by him.
It was. That was a ball in the hole. Prieto just missed it. And when he did, he hit the ground. Pitch up and in. Spencer Steer. He takes a fastball that backs him off the plate. Steer has gone 4 for 16 with a homer facing Palante in the past. And he comes in on an 11-game hitting streak, batting .348 with 16 hits. Steer looks at a strike. Palante coming right after him after the inside sinking fastball. Palante's fastball clocked at 95 for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. A home run by Lowe. Ground out by Suarez. The pitch. Steer takes up and in, 2-1. Steer during the 11-game hitting streak. 13 runs scored. 3 doubles, a homer, 6 RBIs, 3 walks, and a couple of stolen bases. He's playing second base for the Reds. The pitch to the right-handed batter fouled off the screen to our right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Palante struck out Stewart in a 1-2-3 first inning. Gave up a lead home run to Nathaniel Lowe. So Lau, spelling his name Lowe, hit a home run the last game the Cardinals played. Lowe hits one to open up the doubleheader today. They both used to play with Tampa Bay. The pitch, a swing and a miss. He got it. He nicked that one. So 2-2 the count. 2-2 on Spencer Steer. Palante with the pitch. That swung on and hit foul out of play off to the right. Join us on Saturday, September 12th at Busch Stadium when Everett Jones and the Cardinals proudly induct Yadier Molina, Albert Pujols, and Bill Sherdell as the newest members of the Cardinals Hall of Fame. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/HOF. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball taken a little bit high, and Herrera thought about challenging it. Says something to the home plate umpire, Ben May. Now the 3-2 pitch with one out. That's rolled foul off to the left by Spencer Steer. Blake Dunn, 27-year-old outfielder out of Western Michigan, is waiting on deck for Cincinnati. Cardinals won 7 out of 13 with the Reds last year. Cincinnati is 2 over, break even, 26-24. They climbed above the 500 mark, winning their last 2 games. The 3-2 pitch. Check swing, ball 4 up and in. Palante didn't walk a batter in his 6 2/3 against Kansas City, but in an inning and a third has given up a run with a homer and now a walk.
I'll tell you, John, I'm enjoying the fact that the Cardinals are in this string of games in the Central Division. I just feel like there's something at home about that when you're seeing teams that you know are in your division, that you're going to have the kind of doubly important type games every single time out, and I just think that's the fun of it.
Dunn swings, and he foul tips that one into Herrera's mid. And on the slider, that was a rather funny swing, fouled it off the end of the bat. Herrera had to raise the glove to catch it. The 1-strike pitch on the way with the infield looking for a ground ball to turn 2. Slider outside, 1 ball, 1 strike for Dunn. He's hitting .357, 10 hits, 8 runs scored, 2 doubles, a triple, a homer, and a run batted in. He played in 30 games with the Reds last year, had a homer and 7 RBIs.
Cincinnati runs a little more than the Cardinals do.
A look to first and the pitch. There's a strike called. 1-2 on Blake Dunn. Dunn has hit safely in 4 straight. He's 7 for 14, double, triple, 5 runs scored. He has struck out twice during that stretch. With a runner on first base, 1 out. Here's the 1-2 pitch for Blake Dunn. That's fouled out of play off to the right. Considering this is the makeup game from last night's rainout, not a bad crowd here, and fans still filing in. Memorial Day weekend, they have the Taste of Cincinnati going on, and several street festivals throughout Cincinnati that have been put on hold because of all the rain they had here the last couple of days. The 1-2 pitch. There's a shot into left center field for a base hit, and that was on a hanger. That was a knuckle curveball up and out over the plate and hit hard by Blake Dunn. Was hit safely in 5 straight now. First and second, 1 away for Tyler Stevenson.
When the knuckle curve is down, it's a devastating pitch, very tough to hit, but when it's up, clearly much more hittable. And we are seeing that so far from Palante.
That's a rawhide pitch.
Yep.
Rolling.
Yep, that's what it was. And that was the home run as well. So the home run was a hanging curveball, and that hit was a hanging curveball.
The runners lead at first and second base, 1-0 Reds. Stevenson takes a strike. Slider on the first pitch for Stevenson. Stevenson batting at .183. He has 22 hits, 4 doubles, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. Right-hander against right-hander. A balanced infield behind Palante. The pitch. Stevenson checks his swing and takes the slider outside.
You mentioned the good crowd here today. I thought that the Reds and the Cardinals were both trying to come together yesterday. We heard that they were doing that just to be conscious of letting fans know as early as possible, because everybody has their plans over this weekend, and if they're going to call the game, do it early.
The 1-1 pitch. Stevenson takes high, 2-1. Another reason Palante is starting, you talked about having Ivan Herrera catch the first game and then DH in game 2. Oliver Marmol is hoping that Palante can get the game into the 7th inning. It would certainly help his bullpen for the rest of the weekend. The 2-1 pitch with one out. That's a hard hit ball to second. Weatherholt to win for one. On to first. Double play. A home run by Lowe. We go to the third inning. Ricky will have it for you. 1-0 Reds.
A few weeks ago. He's ready for Victor Scott II. First pitch to him is a check swing and a called strike. That's a little sinking, and that might have been a changeup there. Throwing a lot of off-speed pitches here, and the Cardinals haven't liked them yet. Has 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. Next delivery is a little bit low for a ball. Victor hitting 185, does have 9 sacrifice bunts, and Suarez is in on the grass at third. Other infielders at normal position as the next pitch is fouled straight back. Victor was trying to hit that ball through the shortstop hole there, which I think is kind of a good plan for him, frankly. I think that'd be the best place for him to go. That would open up the middle of the infielder, I would think, if he could move the shortstop over there, show he can hit it that way. And he fouls that one off to the left side and out of play. Sunday, June 7th, the Cardinals take on the Reds, and it's a big day for the kids. Fans 12 and under score a kids' baseball glove presented by Rawlings. Details at cardinals.com/promotions. Very sharp-looking glove. Next pitch to Victor is in the dirt. Overcooked curveball there. Curveball is the story of the game, a hanger that Palante threw to Nathaniel Lowe. That's our scoring, 1-0, but a lot of baseball ahead here on this Saturday, and not just this game, but another one to follow tonight. Paddock, the right-hander, delivers, and that's low. Victor had a good eye on that. He saw that break the entire way. The only way to lay off a pitch is see the break and pick up the type of pitch that it's going to be, and that gives you a little more patience not to swing at it. Easier said than done, swinging a foul. Again, Victor trying to shoot that to left field. Scott ready for the 3-2 delivery, trying to get on for Weatherholt, but he swings through a high fastball and strikes out. And that's 4 strikeouts, first time through the lineup for Paddock. 93 fastball up in the zone. Must have had some spin to it. So 1 out, and J.J. Weatherholt, who grounded out to short his first time, will bat. And the breaking pitch is high, ball 1, to the Cardinal second baseman and minor league player of the year last year. Sal Stewart was their minor league player of the year last year. Got a taste of the big leagues. Swinging a ground ball foul, and Weatherholt losing his balance and his helmet on that swing. Don't see him do that very often. That's kind of a Burley trick to have the helmet pop off. One the count. And the pitch to JJ is a check swing, and that's a ball. And no swing on the appeal. Great American Ballpark was built in 2003 on the banks of the Ohio River. We can see Kentucky on
Such
the
a
other
nice
side.
day.
It's a nice day indeed. The next pitch to JJ's inside. 43,500 is what they list as a capacity here. Ben May, our home plate umpire. Jacob Metz at first. Chris Conroy, the crew chief, down at second. And Brennan Miller is down at third base. The next delivery to JJ is inside, and it's a 1-out walk. That's the second walk for Paddock, and now you got to make that hurt, don't you?
Here's a guy who can do it, Ivan Herrera.
He hurt the baseball his last time up. 110.2 off the bat. He lined one right through the box into center field for a base hit.
I think it was flat by the time it got to Dane Myers.
It wasn't rolling normally, was it?
No. It was just wobbling out to center field.
First pitch to Ivan is crowding him. It's ball 1. That almost hit him, and of course he's no stranger to that. He's been hit 9 times, Weatherholt 10. Cardinals a ton. Sinker misses in. It's 1-0. Cardinals trailing by a run as they bat here in the top of the third inning. Weatherholt takes his lead. And not going. The pitch to Ivan is a bit low. Laying off that off-speed pitch. A lot of change-ups from Paddock. He's got a good one. I'm going to say it must be tough to pick up the change-up of Paddock. The spin of it. Next pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. They call him the Sheriff. He's known for wearing cowboy boots and a cowboy hat on the days that he starts. He could be known for worse things than that. 2-1 pitch is outside. 3-1 the count on Herrera.
For this Cardinal lineup, 29 hit by pitches. That doesn't include the 2 for Torres at Memphis.
Count in the favor of Ivan Herrera. Weatherholt the runner at first. Burleson in the on-deck circle. Paddock digging himself a hole here. The 3-1 pitch to the Cardinal catcher is coming up. And the pitch is high for a ball. Back-to-back walks with 1 out in the Cardinals' third. Now you really have to make that hurt.
I wonder, when they told Torres he was coming to the major leagues, they said, well, you've been hit by a couple of pitches. You're ready to go up there and join
fit
that
right
lineup.
in with those guys. Right? Now, that's actually the development thing for the Cardinals this year, learning how to get hit by pitches.
It seems like the Cardinals have had targets.
They have. Well, it also seems they weren't that happy about it either. I will say that. I mean, Jordan Walker getting hit on the hand, that kind of was. I think that was the last straw for the Cardinals. I think, okay, if you hit me in the foot, and I'm allowing that ball to hit me on a backdoor slider, then you can't get upset about that. But when it's the fastball up and in, riding up and in on Walker, that was a different story to me.
There's Derek Johnson, the pitching coach, with a third inning visit after back-to-back walks by Paddock.
And Burleson riding a 6-game hitting streak. He's 2 for 4 now against Paddock with the fly out to center. Actually hit it pretty decently. I'd like to see him pull that. Same pitch. This at-bat with 2 on and 1 out. The pitch to Burleson is grounded. Foul, just foul past the first base bag. Right on that call was Jacob Metz. Burley was eyeballing it, but it was ruled foul. That couldn't have been foul by more than a few inches. And even though it was hit hard, John, what is that called?
It's a strike.
It's a strike. That's the mental gymnastics that a pitcher has to do. Not that ball was hit hard. It's just strike one, that's all. And here comes the 0-1 pitch to Burley. That's taken outside. Change up again from Paddock, who's thrown about, I would venture a guess, 40% change-ups in this game.
So you're saying after a ball hit like that, you get back up on the balance beam?
That's right. That's right. Trust me, pitching is like being on the balance beam at times. You're balancing a lot of things. The 1-1 pitch is hit hard up the middle, and it's off the glove of Cruz into center field. One run's going to score, and on to third is Herrera, and the Cardinals have tied it on the base hit by Alec Burleson.
By getting a glove on that ball, it allowed Herrera to go on and take third base. The ball slowed just enough that Dane Myers had to travel a good distance to get to it.
If Cruz would have come up with that, that would have been an inning-ending double play, but a much better story from the Cardinals side. It's a tie ball game and a chance to drive in the go-ahead run at third base in Herrera with Walker at the plate, who struck out looking his first time on a fastball away. And the first delivery to Walker is outside for a ball. Slider from Paddock. So Burley comes through, extends his hitting streak, picks up his 35th RBI. He just tied Walker for the team lead. Now Jordan can get that lead right back with one swing of the bat here. The pitch to Walker is swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Each team with a run on 2 hits. Errorless game so far. Outfield is deep, as you would expect, for Jordan Walker, who has 13 big flies. Paddock delivers to Walker, swing and a foul off to the right, and that's out of play. Overcast skies here today. I wonder if outfielders might have a little trouble picking up the baseball. A lot of different colors in the sky today. But if you get the ball up in the air in this ballpark, a lot of times it's going to keep going anyway. The ball does carry well here, too. Walker asks for time.
And that time is 1:55 p.m. Eastern Time. Left field corner, completely unguarded.
Only 3:28 down the line here. Unguarded in the bleachers, too, and left. Short lead at first for Burleson. And the pitch to Walker is grounded to the left side. They're going to have to hurry to get 2. Out at second, and no chance to get Walker at first base as Herrera scores from third on the fielder's choice RBI for Jordan Walker. 2-1 St. Louis. I don't think hurrying would have done any good on that. The ball wasn't hit hard enough by Jordan, but it was a effective and productive out. So a 2-run top of the third inning. And we'll see if the Cardinals want to run with Jordan Walker here. Do they want to test the catcher, Stevenson? Or do you just let Nolan Gorman take some shots at hitting a ball into the bleachers? First pitch to Gorman is high for a ball. I just let him hit. I think if he's going to do something, it's probably going to be loud and maybe an extra base hit. He gets a high percentage of his hits are extra base hits. So I'd plan on that. Next delivery to Gorman is swung on and missed. He was not bunting there. Flags are blowing out just a bit. Towards center, maybe a little bit towards right center. 1-1 the count. Paddock set, and the pitch to Gorman is hit in the air to left field. That's towards the line. Moving over is the left fielder Blade, and he makes the catch in fair territory. Gorman flies out to left. The inning comes to a close, but the Cardinals take advantage of 2 one-out walks. Both those guys score. We go to the bottom of the third inning. St. Louis 2, Cincinnati 1.
time they call my phone, only saying what they need and need my space, need my time, in a different state of mind. Everybody pocket watching, don't you take a look at mine. I've been pouring from a cup, it ain't even halfway. Had to step up off the scene, wasn't good at cosplay. Gave them pieces of my piece, guess I learned the hard way. Had to peel the layers back just to see what God say. I just been ducked up, I just been silent while I'm grinding, get my bucks up. I just been working on my karma, get my luck up. I just been adding to my blessings, stack my plus up. I just been ducked up, I just been silent while I'm grinding, get my bucks up. I just been working on my karma, get my luck up.
Abbreviated windup and the pitch, and that is right down the middle, strike one. So this is that all-important inning after your team gets you some runs. You want to settle into that lead. Always thought that ability to shut down the team after your offense helps you is really important. Next delivery is high for a ball. Of course, you're always trying to pitch well every inning, but sometimes the really good pitchers just always seem to do that. Once they get a lead, they just do not give it back. 3 years with Miami. Myers swings and fouls that pitch back with Cincinnati here in 2026.
He was with the Detroit organization before he joined the Miami Marlins, with the spring training with the Tigers in 2022, and he's kind of been a pain in the neck to Cardinal pitching.
He absolutely has. He had very good series against the Cardinals in Miami, swinging a late foul, and ball goes into the dugout, first base side. That's where the Reds are. So there's a lot of red on the first base side. There's a lot of red on the third base side, but the Cardinals, again, as John mentioned, wearing the blue caps today, just so somebody's got a different color on. Gray jerseys, blue caps. The wind and the pitch by Palante is fouled off to the right. Myers was looking for something off speed there, so he just fouled off the fastball. .404 to straightaway center field here at Great American Ballpark. It just seems closer than that. The 1-2 pitch is tapped in front of the plate, and Herrera can't quite get it in fair territory. He tried. They have a great memory of Ryan Ludwig hitting a ball here. I believe it was 460 feet.
He hit it over the batter's eye in center field, where
there are people.
They have what looks like a riverboat.
Yep.
In straightaway center field. He hit it to the top deck.
And there are people sitting there that do not think a ball is going to go there. They don't have their gloves up there. But Luddy, who is now coaching young Cardinal players in the minor leagues and has been for several years, hit one of those memorable home runs at this ballpark. That pitch is outside for a ball. Always enjoy seeing Ryan Ludwig. Had a nice career. Would have been a base stealer had he not hurt his leg. He could fly when he was just starting out in pro ball. 2-2 pitch, a curveball is hit into right center field, and moving over is Walker. He calls off Victor Scott, and he makes the play. And that is out number one. And let's pause right here for Station ID on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. J.J. Bleday, the leadoff batter, takes a curveball for a strike. Curveball still hanging a little bit as far as I'm concerned, but I think that was a get-me-over curveball for strike one, and maybe nothing wrong with using it there, but don't throw that with two strikes. The one-strike delivery is an off-speed pitch, and he swung, according to the third base umpire, on the appeal, and Bleday does not argue. Doesn't do you any good anyway. Not on that call. It just is what it is.
Pitch number 50 coming up for Palante.
Working here in the third inning. That's a high number. Needs some quick outs. 0-2 pitch to Bleday is a little bit low. So not quick enough. 1-2 the count with Ellie De La Cruz to bat next. If you're a Cardinals fan, you know there's nothing like baseball in St. Louis, and that nothing beats 60-cent sippers at On the Run the day after the Cardinals score 6. So the Cardinals are 33% of the way there, John.
Thank you, Archimedes.
My pleasure. The 1-2 pitch is tapped foul. Fouled that off his front foot. Palante 6'2", 220. As we mentioned, 6-4 against these Reds with a very low ERA, especially in this ballpark, too. Even better. The 1-2 delivery is a little high, 2-2. Leday did not chase there. Andre can rush it up, 95, 96. Knuckle curve, slider. Will cut the ball a little bit. Sinker as well, and that is a sinker, and it's grounded towards second. And a very typical 4-3 out. And that's what Leday has done twice here this afternoon. And Ellie De La Cruz will bat with 2 outs and nobody on. Palante trying for that 1-2-3 inning. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the first inning, but it wasn't quite so easy in the second.
What we have in baseball now, Ricky, 2 different games within one. The starters game and then the bullpen game. It's just a matter of what portion of the game you get to the bullpen.
I think that's right. Check swing. Oh, that caught the umpire. My goodness, that was not caught by Herrera, and it hit the umpire squarely in the mask on a pitch that just sailed above the top of the strike zone. I think Herrera was fooled by it, and I think the umpire didn't see it. So it's Ben May walking around right now just trying to walk that off a little bit. And where's the trainer for the Reds? You're supposed to go out there and check on him, and here he comes.
Now he comes out.
He's waiting to be asked, I guess. I think he should be out there anyway. I mean, I think that's the rule. The home team head trainer, no matter who it is, a home team trainer takes care of the umpires. And he's chatting with him now. Maybe he just wanted him to kind of get settled a little bit, but he was walking out asking for help from the other umpires. They're not doctors. They're not trainers. Maybe they might be, but I don't think so. He's getting the questioning right now, twisting his head around a little bit, trying to feel better. I mean, that's very jarring. You're not expecting that to happen, and it's fully an accident when you're talking about the player, whether it's a foul tip. Well, they're actually going to call it a foul tip, and that's why Herrera didn't catch it. He didn't see that, but the second base umpire did see it. That's Chris Conroy. Well, no wonder that was such an awkward moment for the home plate umpire, Ben May, who says he's okay
now. Now and then you do see a catcher just whiff on one. That's
right.
Not this time, though.
So a 1-strike pitch is inside, 1-1. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I mean, that's...
I mean, there had to be birds flying around his head.
I mean, that's 95 miles an hour, and you'd take it straight on. The 1-1 delivery is grounded foul, inside-out swing by De La Cruz. He's actually been hitting well, but not hitting for power recently. Just 5 for 21 in his career against Palante. Now, that's kind of statistically important when you have 20 at-bats or more against a certain pitcher. We just don't see that in interleague play. The 1-2 pitch is hit towards shortstop, and it's handled by Mason Wynn. He caught it going backwards as that ball was blistered by De La Cruz, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for Palante, sending us to the fourth. Cardinals 2, Reds 1. on Mason. Mason Wynn, Brian Torres, and Cesar Prieto to bat here in the top of the fourth inning. The Cardinals with a 2-1 lead. They scored their 2 runs, and they got a gift of a couple of walks of Weatherholt and Herrera. They ended up scoring. There's a line drive down the left field line. That's going to get down. And Mason Wynn thinking about stretching that into 2, but makes the wise choice. Good arm and left by Blade. So a leadoff single for Wynn.
On an 0-2 pitch.
On an 0-2 pitch. Can't make that mistake. Well, you can. But usually you get hurt by it. And how about Brian Torres picking up his first big league hit right here? He walked in the second inning, making his major league debut from Puerto Rico. Brian Torres. Open stance at the plate. He is an infielder. And also can play the outfield. He's mostly lately been in the outfield. There's a pitch high. Kind of settling in left field.
And a good thing with Church coming up on the injured list. A sore shoulder put him out for 10 days.
Hitting room on the left side of the infield for Torres. And the pitch to him is outside. He's one of those guys that's kind of a directional guy. I think he can hit the ball to left if that's what he tries to do, or pull the ball. He really kind of has those kind of bat skills. Again, not a big power guy. But love to see Brian Torres get his first big league hit here. The pitch to him is high. Oh, no, they call it a strike. A late call by our home plate umpire.
He handles the bat well enough. The Cardinals would like to do some running here, 2-1.
Not going. The pitch is hit into right field for a base hit. First major league hit for Brian Torres. Outstanding. He looks skyward, looks towards the Cardinals bench, gets the congratulations from Stubby Clapp, and they'll throw that baseball out. Suarez threatening to throw it into the stands, and he's just teasing everyone, of course, and that's going to go into the capable hands of Chris Conroy. And he is very thankful to have that baseball, and Brian Torres very thankful to have his first major league hit.
Way to go.
So 2 on, nobody out. And Cesar Prieto hasn't had a hit in a bit. And he shows bunt, and that ball's in the dirt, and it gets away. But no advancement.
Stevenson got enough of the mitt on that to keep the ball from rolling out of the dirt area around home plate to the grass. That's why Wynn had no chance to advance.
Real opportunity for the Cardinals here to add on. Suarez expecting a bunt. So is their first baseman, Lowe. Long pause, and the pitch to Prieto is fouled back. Maryville University uses the latest technology from data analytics, AI, and cybersecurity to prepare students for careers of the future, leading the revolution in higher education. Learn more at maryville.edu. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Cardinals lead by a run, threatening for more. Prieto at the plate, and he does show bunt, and he misses that one. He was bunting for a hit there.
It wasn't a very good effort there.
No, he's trying to just take it with him. And didn't get a piece of that ball at all. So we'll see what happens now as the infield backs up. Low at first, Suarez at third. They're more in double play zone right now. And Prieto has been hitting some balls on the ground. A pickoff move to second, and back safely is Mason Wynn. Cardinals now with 4 hits in this game. As Paddock listens in for the sign from Stevenson. And the 1-2 pitch to Cesar Prieto is on its way, and it swung on and missed. He struck him out. That is out number 1.
He's really pressing.
So Prieto cannot advance the runners. John, we do want to take a moment to remember a very special member of the Cardinals family, Kevin Shea, a beloved general manager of Cardinal Nation Restaurant. Passed away unexpectedly this week. It was on Tuesday at the age of 51. Kevin's passion for the Cardinals was one of a kind. He loved everything about the organization, from the players, staff, to the fans who filled the ballpark. So we send our heartfelt condolences to Kevin's family and friends. He will be deeply missed.
He always took great care of the broadcasts over there at Cardinal Nation.
2 on, 1 out, and it is Victor Scott II who fouled off the first delivery to him. Long pause by Paddock, and he delivers home and a swing and a line drive to left, but that's going to sneak into the stands down the left field line. Victor really attempting to go the other way, but it's not quite squaring it up as of yet.
Gets the ball in the air a lot.
Hitting 185 coming into play today. Trying to shorten up the swing when he gets 2 strikes. We'll see if he can do it here. The pitch to him is hit hard into right field, base hit. And Wynn's not able to score on that. He hit it so hard, so a line drive single to right. Dunn came up throwing, hit the cutoff man. So 3 hits in the inning. Way to go, Victor Scott. Another 2-strike hit.
And he shortened up his stroke.
He sure did.
And hit a line drive that was just over the infield.
And here's a guy that can really do some damage with the bases loaded. I would say just as happy he's at the plate than anybody. J.J. Weatherholt. They're playing for a double play. Weatherholt at the plate. The pitch to him is hit hard. Oh, it's over the glove of the first baseman into shallow right field. 1 run scores, and they're going to hold the runner at third base on the Cardinals' 4th hit of the inning. That was a ball just off the glove of Lowe. If he'd have caught it, it might have been a double play. That's the 2nd inning in a row they've had a ball that if it was caught, it might have been a inning-ending double play, but instead ended up producing a run. So Weatherholt drives in his 25th, and the Cardinals might not be done yet.
Oh, they're set up for a big inning with Ivan Herrera coming up. And for the 2nd time in the game, here is the pitching coach, Derek Johnson, on his way to the mound.
So Wynn was able to score on that. Everybody else had to hold up because they weren't sure whether it was going to be caught or not. And I think
I'll give Dunn credit in right field for getting there as quickly as he did to keep a second run from crossing.
So the conference on the mound, everybody with the Reds is in on that conference other than the outfielders. And now broken up by Ben May. And
they're sending a memo to the outfielders right now.
I bet they
summarizing the meeting.
Well, I know what the situation is. The bases are loaded. Torres, Scott, and Weatherholt, the runners. And the man at the plate is Ivan Herrera, another guy you like having up in an RBI situation. It's 3-1 St. Louis. The pitch to Herrera is grounded back to the pitcher. Oh, he waits and finally gets the ball to the catcher to complete the double play. He looked like he wasn't sure where he was going to go with that ball. But that's the classic 1-2-3 double play to end the inning, and a missed opportunity to add even more for the Cardinals in the 4th. They do pick up a run, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 3-1 St. Louis. faced. They'll face Stewart, Lowe, and Suarez, middle of the order for Cincinnati. One strike pitch to Stewart is fouled off to the right and out of play. Stewart is from a high school that, well, a lot of big leaguers went to that high school, including one Alex Rodriguez. So if he goes to the alumni games, I think he will not be the most popular of all the players there, although maybe someday. The 0-2 pitch is hit in the air to right center field. Victor Scott calling off Jordan Walker this time. He backs up a step and he two-hands it. And Stewart flies out to center, and that's one good out to get here. Very good player having a good season. And Lowe will bat. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the St. Louis Cardinals, LLC. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be
disseminated without the express
written consent of the
St. Louis Cardinals, brought to you by Brown
and Crouppen.
A great
law
firm.
Speedy there. Lowe takes strike one. Lowe hammered a curveball into the bleachers the second time he's hit a home run against Andre Palante. He's 4 for 10 against him. So they're going to start asking him, how do you do that? Next pitch to him is taken high, and the home plate umpire flinched on that one. It was the same place as the ball that De La Cruz fouled off, and I think there was a little bit of flashback going on there. He really looked like didn't want that to happen again. I don't blame him. The 1-1 pitch is grounded towards short. He jammed him, and up with it is Mason Wynn, and he throws out. Low, 2 quick outs for Palante, and he needs some quick outs too to get the pitch count a little bit lower in terms of average pitches per inning, so he can get into that 6th inning. I think you made a great point, John, about the baseball today is 2 games as far as the pitching is concerned. It's your starter, which is essentially 5 innings, 5 1/3 innings, something like that, and then the next half of the game, it's a whole bunch of relievers. Breaking pitch low. Knuckle curve from Palante to Eugenio Suarez.
But what Ollie Marmol's hoping is that Palante can make that a shorter bullpen game.
No doubt. The deeper you go, the more you have for later tonight. Next pitch is hit towards right field. Walker comes in, now goes back and makes the play as he was moving back towards the warning track. And Walker playing a very good right field. 3 up, 3 down for Palante. We go to the 5th. John will have the play-by-play. The Cardinals leading Cincinnati 3-1.
Here's Jordan Walker. Walker has an RBI as he hit the ball to the shortstop for a force play. 36 RBIs for Jordan. He takes ball one low from Chris Paddock. 0 for 2 for Walker with a called third strike. And the Cardinals got 2 runs with the help of 1 hit and a couple of walks in the third inning and added on a run on 4 hits. And Walker gets onto this one. High pop fly, shallow center field, backpedaling steer. The second baseman has it. And Walker's 0 for 3. 1 out for Nolan Gorman, who struck out and hit a fly ball for an out. The Miller Furniture Save the Sales Tax sale is going on now through June 1st. Save the sales tax on all in-stock furniture, plus custom orders from Flex Steel, Smith Brothers, and Amish. Visit MillerFurniture.com where you can learn more. That's MUELLER Furniture.com. Gorman sends one high in the air down the left field line. Long run in for Blade, and it is the third baseman who makes the catch on that, backpedaling, almost colliding with Ellie De La Cruz. As the play is made, and De La Cruz gets up, helped up by Suarez, who made the catch with De La Cruz hitting the track.
He was sliding underneath him. He would have made that play had Suarez not made it. But hard to communicate on that play because they're both going from a different angle. They're not really that close to each other when you start calling for it, and you're not even sure you can get to it.
Here's a curveball taken low by Mason Wynn, who singled and scored in the 4th.
You just hope that both guys are agile enough and athletic enough not to run into each other, which is what happened.
The base hit by Burleson, his second today, is the 7th for the Cardinals. He's over at first with 2 outs. Paddock from the stretch. The tall right-hander takes his time, a long pause, and the pitch. High for a ball, 2-0 on Wynn. Wynn struck out swinging in the 2nd. Base hit, run scored in the 4th. That gives him 6 hits in the last 25 at-bats. He scored 3 runs during that stretch. Boy, you'd like to see him get on a roll here, get on base more often. With his speed, the pitch, a strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Wynn thought that breaking ball just might go off the plate. It did not. They play him to pull on the infield, the opposite in the outfield, with the left field corner wide open. Paddock with the pitch, a swing and a miss. Wynn was late on a four-seamer. Four-seam fastball, around 93, 94 miles an hour from Paddock, who is 30 years old, born in Austin, Texas, 6'5", 217 pounds, 127 Major League outings, start number 118. 1-1 in his career against the Cardinals, with the loss this year pitching for Miami. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Wynn lifts it down the right field line and moving over into foul territory to make the catch. It's Blake Dunn. Wynn fouls out. The Cardinals lead Burleson on halfway through the game. The Redbirds lead the Reds 3-1. strikeout today. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a good, hard breaking ball. His slider looks sharp again today.
Yeah, I think the slider's better than the curveball for sure today. I like the slider essentially better from him. I feel that way about Liberatore, too. I think their slider is just more effective.
The pitch to Steer, and he takes a pitch in for a strike, a delayed call by the home plate umpire, Ben May.
So he followed up the slider with a curveball, and he gave up on it right away because it was a different look. And
it was a hanger.
And it was a hanger. It was.
Steer on an 11-game hitting streak, walked the first time up and was left on second base. Palante's pitch. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Steer, Dunn, and Stevenson. 6, 7, and 8 in the order for the Reds. Right-hander facing right-hander. A balanced infield behind Palante. The left field corner wide open. The pitch. There the ball popped up. Foul, first base side. Burleson tracking it over by the railing, and he makes the catch, leaning over the railing into the camera well.
I love what Burley did on that pop-up. He went to the rail, and he actually grabbed it with his throwing hand so he could know exactly where he was, and then he just worked on stretching out to catch the ball. So he got his balance, he got his foundation, if you will, first, and then was able to make that catch. I think that's just smart defense right there.
Like Dunn got a base hit up the middle and was out on Stevenson's double play ball the first time up, showing bunt. He pulls it back and takes a curveball low. Cardinals Conversations presented by Edward Jones welcomes Ted Simmons on Saturday, June 6th, an unforgettable Q&A session. You'll also get an autograph and a ticket to the game. Learn more at cardinals.com/conversations. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sam Maul, a left-hander, is getting loose in their bullpen, and I would guess that Paddock is done because it's left for the Cardinals. That's the lefty lane in the 6th inning.
On this holiday weekend, the Reds are going to the mall.
Yes, they are.
The 1-1 pitch. Check swing, a strike anyway. 1-2. Palante's fastball, 96. Andre, in his career, 6-4 against the Reds with a 2.49 ERA, his 20th game and his 10th start. Balanced infield here for the right-handed batting Blake Dunn. The outfielders play him to hit toward right center. The pitch is fouled off to the right, and it's 1-2 on Dunn.
The Reds can go to the mall, but the Cardinals can't go to church this weekend.
No, they can't.
He's on the 10-day injured list, and he's such an important player, and I don't know that they're concerned about that being a major thing, shoulder strain that he has, but enough that probably good for him to take that time off, come back 100%.
The 1-2 pitch bounces. Bounce the knuckle curveball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Palante not at all happy with his delivery. Cardinal Conversations on June 6th, Ted Simmons. July 11th, Ozzie Smith. David Eckstein, pregame on August 29th. September 11th, be a nice panel. Talking about the 2006 World Series. A swing and a miss. Dunn missed a slider striking out. The panel, Eckstein, Brad Thompson, Scott Spezio, Jeff Suppan. That's a pregame conversation. So we pause for an ID on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar. Tyler Stevenson, a big swing and a foul off the screen above the on-deck batter, Dane Myers. The Cardinals lead the Reds, a 3-1 score. Along with Ricky Horton, I'm John Rooney. Rod Schulte is our producer-engineer. James O'Sullivan and Kyle Sixta are in the network studio in St. Louis. Here's a pitch up and in. Fastball that crowds Tyler Stevenson. Stevenson grounded into an inning-ending double play in the second. Nobody on, 2 outs. Palante dealing with a 2-run lead. The pitch. Stevenson takes up and in a ball. 2-1. Stevenson's one of those guys, though. He can be 0 for 3, 0 for 4, and then make a mistake to him, and he'll lose one in the second level in left field.
I feel like that's what Jordan Walker is right now. I feel like I'm looking forward to his next at-bat.
The pitch. Check swing. Outside a ball.
Gorman's that kind of player, too, where you just, you throw the wrong pitch to him at the wrong time, and you might have to be getting a new baseball.
3-1 the count on Stevenson with Myers waiting on deck. See if Palante can come back to get the Reds catcher. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Confidence in the slider right there to throw it close enough to get Stevenson to pull the trigger, and it's a full count. Light wind blowing right to left field as we play game one of our day-night doubleheader. Cardinals lead 3-1, bottom of the fifth. The 3-2, right down the middle, strike three, and I think that is being challenged. No, he didn't reach for the helmet. He thought about it, but Stevenson didn't. He's out on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and we go to the sixth, 3-1 Cardinals. And he lost to the Cardinals April 21st while pitching for Miami in South Florida. Here's Brian Torres, on base twice in his Major League debut, and faces a left-hander in Sam Maul, dealing inside, ball one. Lefty against lefty. Torres walked his first Major League plate appearance, then singled to right field, and was out at the plate on a 1-2-3 double play that ended the fourth. Maul's pitch, ground ball to the first baseman. That's Lowe taking it to the bag, 3 unassisted, 1 down. Cesar Prieto, left-handed batter up, and then another left-handed batter in Victor Scott. The Cardinal bench, right-handed batters Jose Fermin, Thomas Ajacey, Pedro Pajes, and Joel Pozo. Ellie De La Cruz plays up the middle, in on the grass at third, guarding against a bunt, Eugenio Suarez. Ball's pitch. A breaking ball outside. You've seen the Stiefel patch on every Cardinals jersey. One of America's fastest-growing wealth management and investment banking firms, proudly rooted in St. Louis. Stiefel, where success meets success. The 1-0 pitch for Vic. And that's grounded to the second baseman. Steer plays it on a short hop, flip to first, 2 down. 2 fast outs for Maul.
You mentioned that every game becomes a relief game pretty quickly. I mean, about the second half, most of the time, you're seeing, 3-4 relievers every game. I'm convinced that now more than ever, you have to have 3 left-handers in your bullpen, because you're earmarking a guy like Sam Maul to face the lefties in the lefty row for the Cardinals, and you want to do that again the next game and the next game and the next game, and you may want to do it twice if you're going to have to pitch 4 innings, so you really need 3 lefties to get that job done, in my mind.
I said Victor grounded out. That was Prieto bouncing out to third, and Victor Scott's 1 out of 2. Scott rocking the bat back and forth, facing Maul. The kick and the pitch. Inside, that fastball almost hit Vic. He was able to jackknife out of the way, thank goodness for his quickness. Or he would have been wearing that fastball. Maul on in relief of Chris Paddock. When the Reds bat in their half of the sixth, they'll have Dane Myers, then the top of the order, J.J. Bleday and Ellie De La Cruz coming up. For a while, it looked like it might be a 5-inning outing for Andre Palante, but he has been a little more efficient the last couple of innings. He's working with a 3-1 lead. The pitch here to Victor Scott on 1-1. He bunts the ball, and it's up the first base line. Ball has no play. That's a bunt single. He picked up the ball and then just dropped it as he moved into foul territory, knowing he couldn't throw Vic out.
Boy, did he deaden that ball well. It was up in the air a little bit, but it was still deadened. It was like a little bunt pop-up on the first base side.
But it didn't go directly to the pitcher.
It did not. It went to the first base side, and Maul thought he could make that play. He knew it was going to eventually is going to still be a fair ball because it was going to die in the dirt. It had some spin on it, but Victor, very nice job getting that bunt down.
And being a left-handed pitcher, Maul was going to have to spin around to throw, and he couldn't do that. Weatherholt batting, throw to first base. Vic is back in safely. Victor has 6 steals and 10 attempts. There's J.J. Weatherholt, an RBI hit in the 4th inning, a walk and a run scored. Jordan Walker, he got an RBI. The runner going, the pitch, a ball, the throw is high and into center field. Scott gets up, he's breaking for third. Myers throw, the tag, safe at third base. A stolen base and an E2, and the Cardinals have a runner at third with 2 down. Well, they knew he was going, Ricky.
They did, and it was actually a good pitch to throw on, too. It was a ball up and away. That's what catchers always want, kind of like a pitch out, maybe even better than a pitch out. So he was able to pop up and get the throw off, but he just sailed one into center field. Hard to throw the ball over Ellie De La Cruz, by the way, because he's one tall infielder, but a good trip around the bases here so far for Victor Scott.
Here's a pitch that's taken low for a ball. So Weatherholt, Herrera, and Wynn have scored the runs, and Victor Scott is hoping to score a 4th run for the Cardinals with the count 2-0 on J.J. Weatherholt. Weatherholt drove in Wynn the last time up. The pitch on the way. A high fly ball to center field. Moving back, Myers. He's on the track with room and makes the catch out by the Reds bullpen. That sailed a long way. And the Cardinals leave a runner at third. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-1 St. Louis. And Prieto gloves it, throws quickly and gets him. Nicely done by Cesar Prieto.
Well, he's had a couple of plays where he's had a hard time getting the ball out of his glove, but that wasn't in his glove very long. I mean, that's as quick.
Barely touched the glove.
It's as quick as you're going to see for a third baseman. And he actually maybe too quick. I don't know that he needed to do it like that, but maybe he just felt more comfortable that way after the last couple of plays that he's had. But he's definitely looked better here today.
Now, Myers runs well, but he was out by plenty on that play by Cesar Prieto. Strike on a first pitch over the outside half of the plate to J.J. Bleday. Bleday twice has worked deep in the counts, only to ground out twice to the second baseman Weatherholt. Palante's next pitch. Inside. Bleday was looking for something middle away and had to back away quickly.
That was pitch number 85 for Palante, who, if all things go well, should be able to get through 6 innings and maybe an out or 2 in the 7th.
Wynn plays up the middle at shortstop as Bleday gets out of the way of a fastball. 96, good velocity on the fastball from Cardinal starter Andre Palante, working with 1 out in the 6th inning. De La Cruz waits on deck. Palante into his motion in the pitch. Up and away, 3-1. Well, it's not the first deep count Bleday has worked against Palante. Did that twice in grounding out to the second baseman. Palante on 3-1. Bleday rolls that foul behind the first base coach. That's Colin Cowgill with Willie Harris coaching over third. Ryan Stanek is backing up Andre Palante in the Cardinal bullpen.
He wouldn't ground out the second again, would he, on a 3-2?
Why not? The Reds have activity in their bullpen, backing up Sam Maul. The 3-2 pitch. And there's a high fly ball, short left center field, long run in. Torres makes a one-hand grab on the fly. He kicked it into a higher gear and kept that one from dropping to the turf. Scott wasn't going to get there.
No. Victor must be playing a deeper center field because that should be his ball. He started
that was
to go,
in his area.
He started to go back on it and just it seemed like he was the closer of the two.
The good hustling running catch by Brian Torres produces out number 2, and here's strike 1 to Ellie De La Cruz, a switch hitter batting left-handed. A ground out to Mason Wynn, and a rocket of a line drive to Wynn for the third out of the third inning. We have 2 away in the Reds' 6th inning. The Cardinals lead by 2. De La Cruz takes a curve that bends in there for a strike, 0-2. From the first pitch of the season to the last pitch in October, Bet365 is now the official mobile sports betting partner of your St. Louis Cardinals. The 0-2 pitch with 2 outs. Palante wheels, he deals. Check swing on a ball in the dirt, no swing.
The Cardinals do not have Ryan Fernandez for game 1. You have to ask, each team has to agree that your extra player would be available for the first game of a doubleheader on that day where you can use your 27th man, but the Reds did not agree with it because their 27th man is starting game 2.
The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to the first baseman, Burleson, flipping to a running Palante for the out. Palante is through 6. We go to the 7th, and Ricky has it for you, 3-1 Cardinals.
arm, and the Blue Jays were the team that found him, drafted him, but ended up coming over here to the Cincinnati Reds, and his first pitch is a slider low and away, and no swing on the appeal to Ivan Herrera. Herrera, Burleson, and Walker to bat for the Cardinals, who could use some more insurance runs. They lead 3-1. Andre Palante gave up a home run, and that's it. He also had a walk and a hit in that second inning, but he has just really pitched well today. As Phillips, again a slider, missing low and away, 2-0, and I'm guessing we're going to see a few of those from him. He's actually acquired from the Mariners. Phillips was. He had gone from Toronto, actually didn't sign, then was signed by the Mariners. That pitch is low, 3-0. He was in the deal that sent Eugenio Suarez to the American League, to the Mariners. They got Jake Fraley, Brandon Williamson, a left-handed pitcher, and Phillips. Next delivery is outside. He just missed on all 4 pitches. A leadoff walk, and that is an invitation to the Cardinals here in the top of the 7th to get that extra run. Phillips, in 26 innings of work, has walked 26 batters. So I guess we should have expected that. And he struck out 27. Alec Burleson has flied out, singled and singled in this game, and he swings through a breaking ball, strike 1. Edward Jones Financial Advisors are there for the moments that matter. Let them help you find your rich and build a game plan to get you there. EdwardJones.com, member SIPC. There goes Herrera. What a jump. And Burley takes the pitch. They're going to challenge that pitch, but a stolen base by Herrera.
Challenged by the catcher.
He had a tell on him, stole the base. Herrera took the pitch so he could steal it, and it cost him a strike.
This is a strike. Cincinnati retains.
Well, he wasn't going to swing, not with that big lead, because that's an RBI opportunity with a base hit.
Sure is. Very smart by Burleson, who does have an 0-2 count now, with Walker to bat next against Phillips, the right-hander. And that pitch is low and in. Back foot slider, almost hit his back foot. We see a lot of that. 3 runs on 8 hits now for the Cardinals. 1 run on 2 hits for Cincinnati. The walks have been a factor from the Reds' point of view. Next delivery to Burleson is hit in the air, left side, and that's going to carry right to the left fielder, Blade, who doesn't have to move a bit. Not an iota. Not a scintilla. And it's out number 1.
Not even a smidge?
Not even a smidge. So Jordan Walker will bat.
A tad?
A tad, maybe. Maybe a tad. I'd like to see 1 or 2 more runs. I would assume that Palante's done. Don't know that, but 93 pitches through 6. And Ryan Stanek was getting loose. The pitch to Walker is outside. Again, a slider. It is a slider palooza for Connor Phillips.
He's
6'1".
auditioning for the low and away slider derby at the All-Star break.
I think you're right.
If they had one.
They will. Give it time. Next pitch is a slider, and that one's a strike on the outside corner. And Walker, mild protest. I feel like umpires are going to get to the point, and I think they're getting there, where they're not happy with batters questioning pitches if they're not going to challenge it. That seems to be happening more and more. The 1-1 pitch is hit hard to deep right center field. That's back towards the track, and it's gone. Big fly, Jordan Walker. He homers into the bleachers in right, his 14th of the year. RBIs at number 37 and 38, and the Cardinals now lead 5-1. We talked about him being dangerous, John.
And he was. You wanted 1 or 2 more? Well, you got 2.
Okay.
I'll take another one to get that drink it on the run.
I should have said 3. Well, you can say that in the 8th, or maybe I'll just say it right now. I'd like to see Gorman go back-to-back. Jordan Walker is, again, the kind of player that can just erupt. Good to see him homering the other way. Now it's Gorman at the plate, and that slider is low and in for a ball.
Why not go back-to-back?
I'd like it. Only the 3rd home run that Phillips has given up, but again, a ton of walks. ERA over 5. Bullpen has been a problem for Cincinnati. He's ready. Next pitch is a called strike to Gorman. And that pitch was at 99 miles an hour. No wonder they drafted him.
Well, back in April, Oliver Marmol was asked, well, what do you like best about Walker's season so far? He said, well, when Walker hits home runs, we win.
Yeah. Well, that's good. There's a ground ball foul.
Well, you knew Walker had something going to win an MVP at Double-A.
Yes.
Just too much going to have a career stall out at a very young age of 23. He's just getting started now.
Fastball misses outside. So that's actually 3 Double-A All-Star, actually 3 Double-A MVPs that the Cardinals have on their team. Sajaci, Weatherholt, and Walker. And there may be more. Those are the first 3 that just popped into my head. There's a swing and a line drive foul. Watch out. Don't catch that, people. Head for the hills.
On the way up, Matt Adams was a Double-A MVP. Springfield has definitely had some stars come through.
Gorman with a 2-2 count. The pitch to Nolan is inside 3-2. So 3 walks have scored for the Cardinals. They lead by 4, but those walks have been absolute killers. The only walk they got away with was in the second inning when Torres walked. Pitch is outside, ball 4. There's another walk. Second walk of the inning. And some Boo Birds out here on this Memorial Day weekend in Cincinnati. As Wynn steps to the plate, let's pause for station ID. You and your friends on this Memorial Day weekend are listening to the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Along with the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, Ryan Schulte is our producer-engineer. I'm Ricky Horton, and I'm glad you are with us on the Cardinals Radio Network here today. First of 2 today. A lot of baseball. Baseball all day long in the Queen City. Gorman, the runner at first. Wynn at the plate. Mound visit is over, and a strike delivered to Wynn, who was 1 for 3 today. He scored in the 4th inning.
Out of 14 home runs, that was Walker's 5th 2-run homer.
Love those. A 1-strike pitch to Wynn is swung on and missed. Had a slider on the inner half. That's usually a pitch that you could hit. He just came up empty there. But he's got one more pitch left. The Cardinals have a few hits, 0-2 counts here today. Hitting room on that right side of the infield again for Wynn. And the pitch is swung on and missed. And he was trying to pull a pitch that was away there. And he strikes out. He may have just misread what that pitch was. And he strikes out.
That's what it looked like with the body language, the way he pulled off.
Body went one way, the bat the other. So it's Brian Torres batting for the 4th time. He has his first big league walk, his first big league hit, his first big league ground out to first base. And he takes that pitch high for a ball. And he's got a lot to talk about with his friends and family. In fact, I understand his family is here in Cincinnati, enjoying his major league debut. Fastball misses high to Torres. I do love the debuts because I know it's a celebration for a lot of people. 28
and for a 28-year-old?
Yep. And he's definitely been persevering. Pitch to him is a called strike. Good fastball. He's from Caguas, Puerto Rico.
He was in the lobby yesterday. Several players came out to the ballpark, even though we had the rain out. A lot of handshakes and hugs for him.
Next pitch to Torres is swung on and missed. So now a 2-2 count. He was hitting .336
with a .454 on base percentage.
Outstanding.
29 walks, 25 strikeouts.
10 stolen bases, too. Next pitch is grounded foul. Well, we talked about the Cardinals needing to get production at the bottom of their lineup. How about 2 hits for Victor Scott, 1 for Torres, 1 for Mason Wynn? That's a pretty good start to that trend. And the 2-2 pitch to Torres is outside 3-2, and a good take by him.
He looks comfortable at the plate.
Sure does.
Comfortable and confident.
I hated when hitters look that way. I wanted them to look unconfident and grouchy.
Dazed and confused.
Yes, exactly. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runner will be going. There he goes. The pitch is hammered to right field. That's down the line, and it is caught. Oh, my goodness. Up against the wall. He just robbed him of an extra base hit. That was an outstanding play by Dunn. And the Cardinals are done here in the top of the 7th inning. Oh, so close for Brian Torres. The 7th inning stretch presented by Spectrum. Built for big moments here for St. Louis. Cardinals 5, Reds 1.
So come and take the shots from me now, just like a soul child, feeling so priceless. You got me taking shots from me now, just like a Cadillac, feeling so timeless. Talk about it, late night FaceTime, hold tight, on fire, damn bright, I'm sipping on you. Let's talk about it, late night FaceTime, hold tight, on fire, damn bright, I'm sipping on you. What's going on with you? I will not love for you. I can't relate, girl, when you say that it was overdue. I play no games for you, girl, what we trying to prove? I had a down, should be down, it's funny I ride with you. It's deja vu, you say it's cause you're Gemini. So inconsistent while you anxious, we wasting ammunition. It's deja vu, I knew that you were never mine. So clueless, I guess you would never know. I need you to just be you. When you're playing dumb, I never even notice. But I'ma play the same game with you now. So come and take the shots from me now, just like a soul child, feeling so priceless. You got me taking shots from me now, just like a cat.
Flight out in this game, but very dangerous. Stewart will be followed by Lowe, and then Suarez against Ryan Stanek, the right-hander, swing and a miss. Blew that one by him at 99, up and in. Seems like the Cardinals are trying to crowd Stewart up and in. That's where Palante pitched him and got the strikeout. Palante went 6 innings, and he gave up just 2 hits and 1 run, so we can close the book on him, as that pitch is low for a ball.
Hope you didn't hurt your finger.
I did not. Well, closing the book can be dangerous.
Especially when you have to hold that microphone on the TV post-game show.
That's right. There's a swing and a miss. Crowded him again and struck him out. Good start for Ryan Stanek, who looks sharp here in the early going. The 7th inning stretch, by the way, presented by Spectrum. It's internet, mobile, and streaming TV, all from one place. So it's Nathaniel Lowe, who's been the offense for the Reds so far.
You had to think about it, didn't you?
I did. I had to think about it.
Because we had Lau, who spells it Lowe for the Pirates.
There's a pitch for a strike. So I basically misspell both of their names in my scorebook. I put Lowe, L-O-W. I dropped the E just to be sure. And for Lau, I put L-A-U. And neither one of those is the correct spelling. Swing and a foul. So I do my own little phonetics for those two.
And it's hard. An attendance guess?
It's hard to remember. Yeah, I'm going to go with. Wait a minute, I'm almost done guessing. 19,000. 927 is my guess today. Next pitch to low is lined in the left field, and it's going to be handled by Torres. He's had a couple of chances today. He's done fine.
Well, John Jay was hitting a lot of those right to Torres before the game, hitting line drives his way, hitting baseballs over his head, off the wall, just to get the feel for playing left field right here at Great American Ballpark.
Boy, preparation meets opportunity. And everybody says that's what luck is.
Preparation prevents poor performance.
Yeah.
Dave Hart, the athletic director of Missouri, used to say that all the time.
That's a good one. It's a tongue twister. Ball one outside to Suarez.
And I passed the audition.
That's good. Peter Piper performance. I don't think I can do it. There's
Go ahead.
Another strike. Nope. I'm not going to do that in the game brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game. I already did that with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. Swing and a miss. He crowded him again. Boy, the fastball's good for Stanek. Well, it is a Memorial Day
Crack
weekend.
open a Budweiser. Enjoy the broadcast with us. We have another one tonight.
Yes, we do.
We are on the air at 5:20 Central Time.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt, blocked by Herrera. They'll throw that baseball out and get a new one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cardinals lead 5-1. Good run support this time for Andre Palante. Better than his last game, to be sure. There's a ground ball over in the Cardinals dugout, and everybody had to duck over there.
Well, the game took a turn for Palante, who's had so much trouble in the first inning, where he has allowed a .981 OPS with 10 runs and 3 homers. He had a 3-up, 3-down first inning today.
Sure did. Next pitch is popped foul. Did run into some issues in the second. The home run by Lowe, and then a walk and a single with 1 out, but he got Tyler Stevenson to hit into a 4-6-3 double play, and the Reds have not had a base runner since then. They're threatening here, though, with Suarez at the plate. The pitch to him is fouled off to the right again. Starting to zone in on Stanek here. Nice play by, I think, a Cardinal fan down the right field line. Well, maybe he is now.
Well, Palante got 14 outs from the last 13 batters.
Suarez is grounded out and lined out. And the pitch to him is fouled back just below us.
Boy, he had some games against Miles Michaelis.
Oh, did he ever? You just felt the home run coming, didn't you?
Air traffic control had to get involved.
Stanek is ready for another 2-2 pitch, and that one is called low. And I thought Herrera might appeal, but I do think if players are going to complain about a strike call, I mean, just challenge it. That's the whole deal. The Reds have done that today. The Cardinals have done it today. I think umpires are getting tired of that. 3-2 pitch is inside for a ball, and he walked it. So that's the first Reds base runner since the second inning.
15 straight have been retired.
And it brings up a guy that's got an 11-game hitting streak going.
And a guy who has hit 8 home runs against the Cardinals with 25 RBIs in his career.
He's a good player. Spencer Steer is the guy we're talking about.
He can play first, second, third base, outfield.
And he hits a line drive, but it's caught by the Cardinal third baseman Prieto. He may have broken his bat on that.
Let's plant a tree.
Let's plant a tree, and Focal Point and then Cardinals care are going to let that happen as Stanek puts up a 0 on the board. We go to the 8th inning. John has the play-by-play. It is still 5-1 St. Louis.
Throw it on the floor cause I'm a bad bitch cabbage. I like a nigga that be cashing. He gon' spin it all cause I ain't average. All I ever wanted was the moon and the stars. Switching niggas like these niggas switching cars. Told him, baby, look, you fucking with a star. I don't wanna be the one to take it too far. I don't wanna be the one to take it too far. All I ever wanted was $10 million cash quick. Throw it on the floor cause I'm a bad bitch cabbage. I like a nigga that be cashing. He gon' spend it all cause I ain't average. All I ever wanted was the moon and the stars. Switching niggas like these niggas switching cars. Told him, baby, look, you fucking with a star. I don't wanna be the one to take it too far.
One major league hit, and that was against the Reds. He gets under this one, hits it high in the air, left center field, Blade, and the center fielder Myers. Myers calls off Blade at the last second and makes the catch. One down. One away for Victor Scott II. You can beat the Heat on Friday, June 5th, when the Cardinals play the Cincinnati Reds at Busch Stadium. Fans will take home a reversible bucket hat thanks to Quick Trip. Details at cardinals.com/promotions. Were the tarps off guys wearing those bucket hats on the last homestand?
I think so, yeah.
I think they got the early preview. There's ball one outside to Victor Scott II.
By the way, we went from the great experience of the tarps off throughout the homestand to the tarps were on yesterday.
Oh, they were.
All day
taken
long.
Off early this morning. Here's a pop-up foul going out of play off to the left. But how about the tarps off phenomenon going throughout Major League Baseball? And you talk about challenging pitches.
Yeah.
Remember one pitch, the whole section was patting their heads wanting a challenge?
That was my favorite.
That was a good one. The Cardinals didn't. There's a line drive, base hit, right center field. It's in the gap. Scott takes the turn at first base. Dunn gets to the ball quickly enough to hold Scott to a long one-out single.
How about this for Victor Scott
3 for
today?
4 for Victor Scott. Oh, to get him going.
He needed this in a big way.
Hit some line drives and get on base. A stolen base, his 7th of the year.
Might not feel like a big thing, but he just got over 200 with that hit, and he's been in the 100s for a bit.
Well, get off the interstate.
You want to get off that interstate, exactly. All players know he was
at I-85 starting the game.
The weight of being on the interstate is something that players just do not like.
Weatherholt takes a pitch outside from Jose Franco.
I mean, you feel like a different person. I mean, it's like with the relief pitches. Say you're off to a terrible start, your ERA's in the 5s, and you just want to get it in the 4s or in the 3s, and there's something different about having that first number, and it's not just about that.
Weatherholt whacks it down the right field line, foul.
But you're human, and you recognize that's your job is to get hits and to not give up hits and runs if you're a pitcher. And as Tony La Russa always said, you are what your numbers say you are, and that's how you feel. You have to kind of get past that in terms of kind of your confidence level. But man, that one extra hit can do wonders.
Scott takes a lead at first base, doesn't go as Weatherholt swings through a fastball. In fact, it was change-up speed with fastball arm action. Good pitch by Franco. Definitely had Weatherholt off pace, off his balance. Graybar is your electrical and datacom distributor, helping to power, connect, or maintain your operations.
Yep.
Graybar does that. Top of the 8th inning, 5-1 Cardinals, out hitting the Reds 10-2. Weatherholt hits a foul ball, backing out of play. Weatherholt with an RBI single, a walk, and a run scored. He's 1 for 3 today. Left-handed batting second baseman, 23 years old, played his college ball at West Virginia. So did Victor Scott, the runner at first. There's a foul ball back. Weatherholt let that pitch get deep, but it was close enough. He figured he'd better swing with a 1-2 count. And he lives to see at least one more pitch here from Jose Franco. Chris Paddock is on the downside of this 5-1 game, giving up 3 runs, 7 hits over 5 innings. Sam Maul a scoreless 6th. Phillips gave up a 2-run homer. Now check swing and a slider down and in. 2-2 on Weatherholt. Home run by Jordan Walker off Connor Phillips. Made it the 5-1 score we have right now. That was in the 7th. We're in the 8th inning. 1 on, 1 out. The third baseline unguarded. Suarez plays like a shortstop. A swing and a miss. Weatherholt strikes out. Franco with a single, strikeout, fly out, 2 gone. Here's Ivan Herrera. Herrera grounded into a 1-2-3 double play. Up there with the bases loaded in the 4th inning. But he got a single in the 1st, walks in the 3rd and the 7th, and scored both times he walked. Herrera checks his swing, taking a low slider.
Part of his value has been his on-base percentage. He's just walking a ton, and it's not just hitting in 262 average coming in, but I mean the on-base percentage is really good.
392 now.
Yeah, really good. Top 5 in the National League. Good.
The pitch on the way, a swing and a miss. He guessed wrong on that pitch. Got a slider that was in the dirt, well off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He swung at a pitch that was not thrown. He was swinging at a fastball middle of the plate, and that's not what it was.
It was the middle of the left-handed batter's box.
It was.
The 1-1. Herrera hits it hard, and that's hit to deep right center field and back toward the wall. The ball is off the center fielder Myers' glove. Coming around to score, Victor Scott the second. On to third base goes Ivan Herrera as the Cardinals have a 6-1 lead in the 8th inning. And I smell the coffee brewing. The Cardinals have scored 6, so you score 60-cent drinks tomorrow at On the Run.
Myers is an outstanding defensive center fielder, but he couldn't come up with this one. The ball was slicing away with him. He was worried about the right fielder and the wall. He looked back at the right fielder Dunn and saw that it was going to be all him, and then just couldn't come up with that play, and then kicked it towards the right field line, and somebody had to go get it. And that somebody was Dunn, the right fielder.
A triple for Herrera, his first. RBI number 25 for him. And left-handed batting Alec Burleson is up as Burleson takes ball 1 here from Jose Franco. Franco, the 4th pitcher of the day, gave up a single to Scott, struck out Weatherholt, and then Herrera hit one toward the 370 sign in right center field that Dane Myers couldn't catch. A swing and a miss as Burleson pulled off that pitch. 96 on the 4-seam fastball from Franco. They're playing Burleson to pull on the infield, giving up the third baseline as Burley takes off speed outside. 2-1. He's looking for a go pitch here. Burleson is looking for his 3rd hit today. He drove in a run, 35 RBIs for the Cardinal first baseman. With a runner at 3rd, Burleson swings and misses. 2-2. Runner at 3rd, 2 outs. Herrera takes his lead in foul territory. Franco from the belt. The kick, the pitch. Grounded foul off to the right. The Cardinals are in double figures with 11 hits and lead by 5. Only 2 hits for the Reds. And those hits came in the same inning, the 2nd. 3 base runners in that inning against Andre Palante, but he got out of trouble with a double play ball. The pitch, taken high and away. The Reds had a 1-0 lead on a home run by Nathaniel Lowe. And then the Cardinals got busy. 2 runs in the 3rd, cashing in on 2 walks. Another in the 4th. Walker a 2-run homer in the 7th. Herrera an RBI triple in the 8th. Check swing on a ball in the dirt, and Burleson takes a walk.
With a doubleheader today and a day game tomorrow, that's 3 games in a short period of time. We are going to see, I think, every relief pitcher for each team at least once. I mean, that's the deal. And if your bullpen's not getting the job done, it's going to be a tough game to win.
Jordan Walker, 3 RBIs in this game, 2 on a home run the last time up, swings and misses a slider. He was looking for a first pitch fastball. Walker's 14th home run. With 3 RBIs, he has 38. The right-hander deals. Walker takes a slider low. 1 ball, 1 strike. A force play ground ball drove in Ivan Herrera in the 3rd inning. Herrera's the runner at 3rd right now. Burleson at first base. Herrera walked and scored on Walker's home run in the 7th. Franco is ready. He looks to first. The pitch on the way. A swing, and here's a high pop-up on the infield. Suarez, the 3rd baseman, in fair play on the skin part, makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Cardinals have added on and lead the Reds 6-1. Eighth inning, and offering on a bunt attempt called a ball high. He poked the bat, and the first base umpire said no, he didn't. But he pushed the bat out there.
It's a weird call.
Attempt.
I feel like we've seen that a lot this year.
Blake Dunn gets away with it, 1-0. The pitch, grounded, or popped, I should say, as it goes to the left side of the infield, a high one, and it's caught by Mason Wynn. Blake Dunn with a bunt. Is that cheater's proof? Then
it could be.
That one straight up and down.
I think so. Soriano and Gordon Graceffo have been 2 of the kind of underrated guys in this Cardinals team that trying to go to +8 if they can get a victory here today. They've been higher than that already this year, but obviously off to a good start, better than everybody imagined. But I think Graceffo and Soriano deserve some of the credit for that.
The pitch right down the middle, a slider to Tyler Stevenson, and the slider has been the out pitch for George Soriano. TJ Friedel waits on deck to bat for Myers. A swing and a miss, and there's the expanded breaking ball. Still about 86 miles an hour, but a bigger break than the slider. Tyler Stevenson in the hole, 0-2. One out, bottom of the 8th inning, and the Cardinals up 6-1. The pitch on the way. Outside a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Kyle Leahy, 5-3. Chase Petty does not have a record. He's 0-0. They will pitch the second game of the day later today. Pregame will begin at 5:20. First pitch at 6:15.
The next pitch, Stevenson gets into this one and sends it high in the air. Short center field. Here comes Vic. Victor Scott puts it away. 2 down. Let's pause here for station identification on the Cardinals radio network powered by Gray Bar. Ron Schulte is our producer-engineer. James O'Sullivan, Kyle Sixter in the St. Louis studio with Ricky Horton. I'm John Rooney in Cincinnati. Friedel, a left-handed batter, looks at strike one from Soriano. For nearly a century, Ted Drews has been serving his famous frozen custard. Try an inspired flavor combination or create your own. Ted Drews, unmatched quality, unforgettable taste. Open at 6726 Chippewa on Old Route 66. There's a chopper to the first baseman. Burleson will take it to the bag. 3 unassisted. Friedel is out. So are the Reds. We're going to the 9th in Game 1 of our day-night doubleheader, with the Cardinals leading in Cincinnati 6-1.
Sigue así de bella pa' que no pasen las horas. Brilla como estrella de chamito de señora. Yo queriendo novio pero tú no colaboras. Es por ser quien eres que te atiendo a todas horas. Casting, yo te hizo de una manera tan fuerte. Así que júgate con tu casting. Yo miro y digo todo tan lonely. Así que júgate con tu casting. Yo te hizo de una manera tan fuerte. Casting, yo miro y digo todo tan lonely. Así que fúgate. No quiero llorar cada vez que tú compites. Estoy bien cansada de que este mundo te limite. Sales asustada porque abusan de tu pique. ¿Quién es perfecto pa' que critiquen? Todo ese swing, cada que tú pisas, mami, todo ese ring. Tú no llevas prenda, todo ese bling. Es porque eres muy worthy. Casting, yo te hizo de una manera tan worthy. Así que júgate con tu casting. Yo miro y digo todo tan lonely. Así que júgate con tu casting. Yo te hizo de una manera.
A swing and a miss by Nolan Gorman. Gorman's 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. 0 for his last 10. But always capable of popping one. 0-2 and a batter's timeout taken by Gorman. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, visit MLBshop.com/Cardinals. Top of the 9th, 6-1 Cardinals. The pitch goes upstairs. A four-seam fastball at 96 from Franco. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gorman, Wynn, and Torres. Brian Torres, just up from the minor leagues, his major league debut. 1 for 3 today with a walk. Here's a ball popped up. That's going foul, back and out of play. Spoiling off that pitch, Gorman lives to see at least one more by fouling one back, and the count's 1-2. Torres hit the ball to the wall. Quite a play by Blake Dunn. There's a pitch outside, ball 2, 2-2. With the walk, Gorman has walked 22 times against 52 strikeouts. Franco works out of the stretch with nobody on. The pitch. Gorman takes ball 3 high. He's done this several times. Get behind in the count 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, then work back to a 3-2 count like now. Franco from the stretch pitches. Foul ball, backing out of play. Ellie De La Cruz plays up the middle at shortstop. Suarez plays like a shortstop. Deep at second base, Spencer Steer. Nathaniel Lowe is off the line, deep at first. For the left-handed batting, Nolan Gorman, who swings and lifts a pop-up into short right field. Steer backs up, waiting, and he makes a one-handed grab, one out. Mason Wynn singled and scored a fourth-inning run. The Cardinals had 4 hits that inning and got only 1 run. Ivan Herrera tapped into a 1-2-3 double play, hitting the ball right back to Chris Paddock. Paddock is the pitcher of record on the downside. Andre Palante on the upside. Fastball up and away. 97 on the first pitch fastball, ball 1. Paddock with 3 runs given up. Sam Maul a scoreless 6. Connor Phillips gave up 2 runs, a homer to Jordan Walker. The ball in the dirt. And Franco has given up a run on 2 hits with a walk and 1 strikeout. Out of the Cardinal bullpen today, Ryan Stanek worked the 7th inning, a walk and a strikeout, and a 3-up, 3-down 8th inning for George Soriano. We're in the 9th. The Cardinals bat. Mason Wynn takes a pitch. That's in the dirt, but stays in the game. 3-0 the count on Mason with Brian Torres on deck. Torres wearing number 39 on the road gray jersey. Playing in his first Major League game at age 28. There's ball 4 high. A 4-pitch walk. Quinn is on for the second time. The second walk given up by Franco. Torres in 39 games with Memphis hit .336, 43 hits, 10 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 16 RBIs. The pitch in there for a strike to him. He has a walk, a single, a ground out to first, and he hit one to the wall. Blake Dunn made a great catch and then bounced off the wall, holding on to the baseball. The 1-strike pitch to the left-handed batter, up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Torres was in the Milwaukee organization and with San Francisco. Didn't make it to the major leagues until today with the Cardinals after playing in independent ball. The pitch. Ball low. And a new ball is thrown into play by Tyler Stevenson. 2-1 on Torres, looking for a go pitch now.
You made the comment early in this game that he just seems comfortable at the plate. Seems like he's got good plate awareness. Very balanced.
Wide open stance. Deep in the batter's box. The pitch. A swing, and there's a drive. That's hit deep to right field. Back to the track, the wall. And it is gone! The first Major League home run for Brian Torres. And a 2-hit game in his Major League debut. 8-1 Cardinals. And that Cardinal dugout is going wild for Torres. Wynn scores ahead of him. Torres touches the plate. Is congratulated. Hugged by Prieto. Mason Wynn. And he'll get the receiving line when he goes down the steps of the Cardinal dugout on the third base side. How about that?
What a great moment. What a great moment. The dugout is just a party right now. So happy for him.
The pitch on the way. Prieto swings and misses. Well, Prieto is out to break an 0 for 17 here. Welcome to the big leagues, Brian Torres. Prieto takes a slider in the dirt. That goes off Stevenson's mitt. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out in the Cardinal 9th inning. The Cardinals have taken several walks and put them on the scoreboard today.
4 of them.
The pitch. And that's popped up. Medium left field. Backing up a step now. Blade. He makes the catch. 2 outs. And Victor Scott II is up. A strikeout for Vic in the third. Then he singled off Paddock. Got a hit against the left-handed pitcher, Sam Maul. Stole a base. Was stranded at third. Against Franco, singled and scored on the Herrera triple. The pitch by Franco. Right there, strike one, a first pitch fastball.
Ollie Marmol made an interesting comment to us before the game. He said, with giving Torres the chance here, you never know how a guy's going to respond to big league pitching. He's hitting, minor league pitching really well. He's, got the walks and a pretty good plate awareness. But, sometimes guys go one way or they can go another way. When you get to the big leagues, it can either be too big for you or you can rise to the occasion. Well, so far, he has risen to the occasion.
Fastball high. Just missed extra bases back in the seventh when the ball was caught at the wall in right field by Blake Dunn. But they couldn't catch the last one. A ball low, 2-1 for Victor Scott II. Victor, 3 out of 4 today.
I would suggest that whatever Torres is doing, just do that the rest of your life.
Oh, he'll be fine. The next pitch. Outside a ball. Can't beat coaching like that, folks.
I know it, exactly.
That's why they loved him in the Cleveland organization.
Stay right there, don't change a thing. Another way of saying it.
The 3-1 pitch. Upstairs, that's why you move so well into broadcasting. Ball 4 to Victor Scott II. Don't be redundant.
No, that's right.
You can say that again.
Uh-huh.
That's the third walk given up by Franco to this inning. And a slow walk to the mound by Tyler Stevenson.
How about Vic being on base 4 out of 5 times in this game?
Well, it has to feel like old times for him.
I see the tarps off section just beyond the Cardinals dugout.
Oh, there they are.
I just found them.
And a couple down the left field line. Oh, they're having a good time with this one.
And they're yelling for Brian Torres.
Here's a pitch low for a ball.
I love it.
And he pops out and waves his cap to the tarps off section.
Oh, that's so great. So great.
The Cincinnati fans boo. I love it. The pitch is taken inside. One of my favorite moments in the ballpark. It was opening day here. And when Yadier Molina came to bat for the first time, they didn't recognize him.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yadi had taken off so much weight and added a lot of muscle during the offseason.
The new number 4.
And there's a pitch in for a strike to Weatherholt. But they didn't recognize him. But the second time up, they were
back to booing him again?
Rare form. Back to booing him. But I said to Mike, hey, they don't recognize him, Mike. The 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. I think he hit a grand slam that day.
I was not expecting to see road tarps off, were you? I thought that would just be a home thing.
Well, I thought Cincinnati might get into the act like other teams have across Major League Baseball after it started in St. Louis. There's a smash on the ground to the second baseman, Steer, who straightens and throws out Weatherholt. But the Cardinals got 2 more on Brian Torres' first Major League home run. Let's hold him and go home, and, well, let's hold him and just hang on. We have a night game to play as we have the day-night doubleheader, and the Cardinals are leading this one by 7, 8-1. Jay Bleday is 0 for 3. Palante retired him 3 times as Andre retired the last 13 batters he faced. A swing and a foul.
Tarps off group is doing a roll call. They just were calling for Jordan Walker, then Victor Scott, cheering for Cardinal left fielder, of course, Brian Torres. And that group's getting bigger. Those are Cardinal fans down there. They're, what, 30 of them or so?
Well, they got the curtain call they wanted from Brian Torres. Torres plays off the line in left field. The pitch inside all the way to the backstop. That one not only got away from Herrera, it got away from the pitcher, Matt Swanson.
There was another group down to the left that were Reds fans that were doing it also, so I was thinking we were going to have a Tarps off. See which group would be louder, but they've kind of calmed down. They're not that excited right now.
With an 8-1 game, and the Cardinals
That's right.
hitting the Reds 12-2. A pitch inside for Swanson, who doesn't look comfortable with the landing spot out there on the mound.
I did not imagine that this could be, again, a road thing and maybe even a crowd interactive thing with the teams from representing both clubs.
Ollie Marmol, they're calling for Ollie now.
I think it could be a great thing for baseball. I mean, it is a great thing for baseball, but I think it's just going to grow.
3-1 the count. The pitch by Swanson. Ball 4 down and in, and Swanson's woes continue. With a 7-run lead to walk the leadoff man in the 9th inning. Herrera out in front of the plate says something to his pitcher and goes back behind the plate to go through the signs with Ellie De La Cruz coming up. That's only the second base runner for the Reds since the 2nd inning. And De La Cruz hits one high in the air, deep center field. Scott on the track makes the catch about 3 steps from the wall. Had Cruz pulled that one a little bit, he would have been rounding the bases. 1 out in the 9th inning. Here's Sal Stewart. He can hit the ball a long way. He has 12 times. 0 for 3 in this one with 2 strikeouts. He struck out for the first time in 5 games in a 1-2-3 first inning, and then Stanek got him in the 7th. A double play ends the game. Stewart is grounded into 4, and he takes a slider for a strike, and that's being challenged by Stewart.
The called strike is being challenged by the batter.
And we get a look at it on the big screen.
Pitch is a strike. They have 1 remaining challenge.
You heard Ben May say it's a strike. 0-1 the count on Sal Stewart. Bleday takes his lead at first base with Burleson holding. The pitch by Swanson. Baby, that's in there for a strike. Maybe all it took was that deep fly ball out to get Swanson back on track. He's ahead of Sal Stewart here. From the stretch, the pitch. Stewart swings and goes down on strikes. The Reds are down to their last out. Nicely done by Matt Swanson. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. 1 of 2 Reds hits, both coming in the 2nd inning off Palante. Lowe hit a hanging breaking ball for his 7th home run of the year. The pitch in there, strike 1 to Lowe. Steer walked with 1 out. Blake Dunn got a base hit, but Palante got another ground ball. It was a double play ball from Stevenson to leave 1 runner on. The pitch, slider downstairs.
What I love about this Tarps off group
Ball
here,
is being challenged by the catcher.
as that one gets challenged as well, is that these guys beyond the Cardinals dugout, and here's the verdict.
It's a ball.
It was a ball. They
Ball
can't.
confirmed.
They can't have come to the ballpark
St. Louis
together.
has 1 remaining.
This is so organic here. They must have just met, and I mean they're figuring out the choreography. I mean it's just really fun to watch this. They're not all in one group down there. They're just doing it on
There's
a whim.
a swing and a foul, and now the Reds are down to their last strike. And the group is growing.
There's 50 of them now.
Waving their shirts like rally towels.
A lot of young people at the ballpark. I love it.
Strike him out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on, 2 outs. The pitch on the way. Up and away, ball 2. Well, the ballparks in the Caribbean and in Korea and Japan, they are so loud. The fans are making noise the entire game.
Puerto Rico, Dominican, I've been in both those environments, and that's what this is getting to be like, and I love it.
The 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and that's a Redbird winner. After a walk, a deep fly out, 2 strikeouts for Swanson, this ball game has come to an end, and the Cardinals have won Game 1 of our day-night doubleheader, 8-1.
And they did so many things well. They added on. They got the lead in the 3rd inning, and it kept going. A terrific Major League debut for Brian Torres, who hit his first big league home run, had a couple of RBIs, another base hit besides that. Congratulations to Brian Torres and his family and friends and everybody who's going to celebrate along with him here today.
And they're lining up outside the Cardinal dugout in foul territory to shake hands with the players coming off the field after an 8-1 run.